What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we are now 234 subs away from hitting 500 subs. And who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the year, only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does this support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners over at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of the set. Excuse me. But with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 70% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed, and to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this: what would you consider to be the most underrated deck of the current format? Let me know down in the comments below. And for today's video, we actually have some brand new Azamina support that will be in Supreme Darkness. Now, I believe in the last card discussion video, which I think was Sunday, I talked about the new Diabell Star cards that are in the set. Now we're going to be talking about the brand new Azamina cards that have been revealed for the set, and this is basically like part 2, I guess, of the archetype because Diabell Star, Azamina, Snake Eye, and Goblin Rider, Goblin Biker, they all basically conjoin together in like one like ginormous archetype, kind of like the world chalice archetype. There's like so many different, there's like a multitude of archetypes that's in one setting, I guess, if you will. So in a way, this is kind of like part 2, if you will. So I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm just gonna get straight into it. Kicking things off, we have Queen of the Azamina, which it kind of looks like something out of what's the anime? Overlord. It kind of looks like something out of the anime Overlord, which is pretty cool. But it is an 8-star Dark Illusion with 2,500 attack, 2,000 defense, and it says that this card is always treated as a Sinful Spoils card, and both of its effects are both once per turn. The first effect reads: if this card is sent to the grave or banished from your hand or field by an activated card or effect, you can special summon this card. Second effect reads: when your Azamina or White Forest monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can target one Sinful Spoils spell a trap in your grave, add it to your hand. So interestingly enough, um, excuse me, you can actually add original sinful spoils from your grave to your hand, and that basically gives you access to Diabellstar, the Black Witch, which is pretty crazy. And not only that, but if this card were to be sent to the grave or got banished, it basically acts as a DDR. So essentially, you would automatically have have an 8-star body on board, and you can even use both this card and I think Diabellstar the Black Witch, I think, um to bring out pretty much any rank 8. I actually want to go on Master Duel, and I want to see what level what level Diabellstar is. So I'm actually going on Master Duel right now. So here we go, Master Duel. And now, oh wait a minute, hang on. Oh, okay. Brand new ban list. A brand new ban list coming out. Oh, okay. Okay, so Destiny Hero Militias and Mass Change and Fusion Destiny are all getting limited to 1. Great. Funny enough, I was actually playing Destiny Hero for a while, and, yeah, now it's not so good. Now the deck is like not even good anymore. Alright then. Alright, so let's go Black Witch. And oh, okay. Okay, so alright, I thought so. So it's actually a 7-star. I thought it'd be a 8-star, because if it was, you could go into you could pretty much like I would say you could go into a rank 8, but if you're able to find a way to make Diabellstar a level 8 or make this card a level 7, you can either go into cards like, say, Big Eye, or perhaps a number 38, which is pretty crazy. So, but this card's actually really cool just because of the fact that it's a free summon. It's a free summon at the cost of basically just like sending it to the grave to activate a monster effect, to activate a card effect. It's actually not that bad. I gotta admit, it's pretty cool. Next up, we have Snake Eyes Damned Dragon. I know for a fact that TCG Konami will not be calling it that, but there you go. It kind of looks like something out of oh my god, not Dragon Ball, but maybe Danmachi, sort of. But it's an 8-star Fire Dragon fusion with 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense, and it requires a Snake Eye monster plus an illusion monster. And it says that it must be fusion summoned or spell summoned by sending 2 face-up monster cards from your spell and trap zone to the grave, and can only use the effect once per turn, which reads, if this card is special summoned, you can target a face-up monster on the field, place it face up in its owner spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. This is basically probably one of the craziest disruptions throughout the whole deck, because once it's summoned, you could literally take an opponent's, like, let's say, like, I'll say, like a Boardload Savage Dragon or something like that, place it into the back row, and essentially your opponent can't really do a whole lot with it, unless if they found a way to not only bounce cards in their back row to their hand, Excuse me. But they could also find ways to pretty much just out this card. So cards like maybe cards like whoop. Sorry guys, kicked my desk. Anyway, cards like Twin Twister, cards like Harp. Oh my god, there's like quite a few back row removal that can that can work, but I think Twin Twister is like one of the only ones that can work. But moving on, next up we have Saint Azamina. In which this definitely looks like something out of this definitely looks like something out of Overlord, which is pretty crazy. But it's a 10-star Dark Illusion fusion. Try saying that 10 times fast. With 0 attack, 4,000 defense, and it requires a level 6 or higher fusion plus a level 6 or higher synchro. And the second effect is a once per turn. The first effect reads: your opponent cannot target this card, cards they control, and cards in their grave, and banishment with card effects. Also, they take any battle damage you would have taken instead. Second effect reads: if this card was fusion summoned this turn as a quick effect, you can special summon a level 9 or lower Azamina monster from your deck or extra deck. This is actually pretty crazy because this basically this basically gives you access to practically your whole extra deck, and honestly, that's pretty solid. I mean, being able to get a 4K body on board with, or rather a 4K defender on board with, let's say like a 4,000, like a 4K attacker on board. That's pretty crazy. And also too, just with this card alone, any damage that you would have taken, your opponent takes instead. So in a way, this is basically you bell on steroids, pretty much. I mean, it's pretty insane. Not much else to really say about that, honestly. But moving on, next up we have Kick-Ass Goblin Bikers. And I swear, if Konami in the TCG ever uses these names, that would be fucking awesome. But it is a rank 6 Dark Fiends Xyz with 2,500 attack, 2,000 defense, and it requires 2 or more level 6 monsters. And both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: you can target face-up monsters your opponent controls up to the number of goblin monsters you control. Detach one Xyz material from your monster. Excuse me. And if you do, attach those cards to this card as material. Second effect reads: during your opponent's turn, as a quick effect, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of goblin Xyz monsters you control. Detach 3 materials from your monsters, and if you do, send those targets to the grave. So interestingly enough, it's every time there's an Xyz monster that requires 2 or more, or like 3 or more. Excuse me. Like 2 or more or 3 or more monsters, you know damn well it's a setup for Zeus or for anti-Zeus, which, if you guys did not check out my tin opening video, I actually pulled a copy of anti-Zeus. And if I'm being real, this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. Super Star Slayer Typhoon Sky Crisis. This is actually a really cool card. So I actually pulled one. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to pull another one again, but it's still pretty cool. Um, and I, I and I will say you really don't see Zeus all that much anymore. Like I know that you see it a lot on Master Duel, but in actual Yu-Gi-Oh, it's not often. It's not often. It's usually in decks that are Xyz heavy you know, like Shark and Utopia. But this deck, Goblin Rider definitely is going to be one of them, and also too, it basically acts as sort of like a disruption, so it's pretty sick. But now we gotta talk about the last card of today's video. It is known as Azamina Unleashing. And it's a normal trap, which says that this card is always treated as a white forest card and can only use both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: target cards on the field up to the number of fusion and synchro monsters, fiends, illusion, and spellcaster you control, and in your grave. Return them to the hand. Second effect reads: if this card is sent to the grave to activate a monster effect, you can set this card. So this is basically one of the craziest cards you will ever see, because you basically have infinite copies of Compulse with this card, and anytime this card gets sent to the grave to activate a monster effect, you get to set this card from your graveyard. So if you activated a card, you know, let's say a monster card that forced you to discard for cost, you literally get to send this card to your grave, and then I think as Chainlink 2, you could just automatically set this card, and you're just off to the races from there, which is pretty crazy. I will say that the new cards are going to be very interesting, because once this set gets released, I can pretty much guarantee that a lot of these cards are going to completely dominate the meta, and this just proves that Konami is pushing for the Diabell Star lore, if you will, to be as meta as it can get. But I think the only way that the format could be completely balanced out is if they did Black Witch to 1 and Sinful Spoils to at least 2. And I think that's how I feel like the meta should be balanced, is by doing that. If they don't, then obviously we're gonna be in Missing Mind 2.0, I guess, if you will. But with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It'll also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.